This is the Kodak Tablet 10. So the Kodak 10, this is a, well, it's Kodak branded, but it's actually made by Archos. I think it looks like quite an interesting tablet, to be honest, because it's got one feature that a lot of other tablets are severely lacking. And in fact, I was having a chat with someone just at the weekend about storage. Kodak is a brand that's, well, some people love them, some people hate them. They've changed since the Kodak of old, and now they just tend to be a name that you can recognize, and you know that you're going to get probably a fairly decent product. Kodak's phone was out last year and it met with some middling reviews, so it's interesting to see that they're putting out a tablet as well. It's made by Archos, a company I like very much, so I think I want to get into this and see how it is. So it's got a quad-core processor inside, an 8 megapixel back camera and a 2 megapixel front camera. I wonder if those cameras are going to be any good, because it's Kodak after all. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS advertises features, and then 3G+, so it takes a SIM. Powered by a quad-core CPU, 1.3 GHz. We have a 10-inch display, 1280 by 800. That's fine, I suppose. And the latest model of Android 7.0 Nougat. Not quite the latest, but I suppose it's getting up there. And then Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS and 3G built in. One thing it doesn't mention here is that this is the 32GB version, which I am quite enthusiastic about. It says here, the yellow 32GB, because storage is always an issue whenever it comes to tablets, and for this to have something like that, I am quite excited about that. So we have USB cable, quick start guide and power supply. It retails, I found it on Clove for, I think it's about £90. Which really isn't bad for 32GB of on-the-go storage, and if the screen's alright, then it's a perfect media buddy for the plane. So having a look inside, we have a screen protector type thing for transit. Under here we have a quick start guide, an Archos technical assistance, and a sticker for you to wear. Includes 4 photo apps. Because it's Kodak. UCam Perfect, PhotoDirector, UCam Fun, and Photobox. 50 prints, 50 free prints. Okay. We have a micro USB connector and a plug with European and UK options. So to look at the tablet, okay, we take that off and we can see there's actually another screen protector underneath here, which hasn't been brilliantly installed. You can see dust and things like that coming out of the factory, so it's probably going to be preferable to change that. Hello. It's quite glossy, as you can see. Nothing along the bottom. On the side here, nothing. Along the top we have power and a volume rocker, plus what that might be a microphone, or maybe a reset switch. It's a reset switch, as it says in the back. And then here we have the micro USB power supply and a headphone socket. There appears to be a hatch here as well. Oh yeah, that comes off right, okay. So in under here we have 2 SIM cards, full-size SIM cards. The camera, MicroSD card expansion, and some more pins which connect to these, so that must be the aerials or something on the outside. And then we have a rather attractive yellowness on the back, which I quite like, to be honest. It really stands out from the crowd. And we power on, we can see Kodak branding coming straight up with powered by Android. Inside is a 6000 milliamp hour battery, 32GB of storage. The MicroSD card socket is expandable up to 64GB. And then of course this is a 10-inch screen with some decent bezels for you to be able to hold. Okay, insert your SIM card. it's quite reflectant. That might be more to do with the SIM card, or the overlay. We'll start as fresh. Get her connected. Okay. Alright, so we've crashed on the setup. See, we've got Wi-Fi there, and it says no SIM card, and then the battery in the corner. Checking for updates. It really is quite reflectant. I'll do something about that. Okay, so that's a little better. We've closed the skylight. And we have to log into our Gmail. Okay, we'll keep everything on. The screen isn't that bad. It doesn't look particularly good in the video because of the reflection. But the viewing angles are actually quite good. I'm sitting off to the right quite a bit at about 45 degrees. And I can still see it quite easily. Doing that as well, it's far from a terrible viewing angle. Okay, so it's asking to install third-party apps. No applications to install, unless they're already there, I suppose. But I do hope we get those rather nice-looking photo apps. And we have a nice background with an old Kodak camera on it. We have the camera down here, messaging, contacts, phone calls, Chrome, and the App Store. Then we have in here the Google Suite, Google Play, Music, Gmail, and Photos. We bring up the bar at the bottom, and we have our PhotoDirector and Photo Box. And UCam suites as well, which we'll look at for the review. So firing on in, because this is 32 gigabytes, I'm kind of interested to see how much is free. We have 25 gigabytes free. The battery's on 60%, and of the 1 gigabyte of RAM we have inside it, most of it is used. And down at the bottom here, we have Android 7.0, Kodak Tablet, and kernel information as well. So, to be honest, I've seen reports that this is a very boring tablet. And to be honest, I don't think it is quite as boring as some people are making out. The pros of this is that it's under £100, 32 gigabytes inside it, a fairly decent 6000 milliamp hour battery, and a fairly decent screen. Throw in the 3G modems with dual SIM. That's a bit insane, a tablet with dual SIMs, but I suppose that just keeps you going for the international jet setter. And the MicroSD card up to 64 gigabytes means that you're going to have 96 gigabytes on the go. That's kind of nice. That's kind of attractive for anyone. Coupled with some rather stylish design influences. We'll do some picture taking, just see how great this camera is. And we'll turn the volume up as well, so that... Okay, so we're going to want HDR on, just for the sake of it. The camera is here, obviously. And we'll aim at old Ash. Oops. Turn HDR off. Okay, so the camera is a little bit slow, and we'll fire on in and have a look and see how the speaker sounds. It's originally designed by ZTE, and it has some fairly good specs to boot. So that's the device on top there. We'll come to that in a minute. We have inside the box, we have a little hello manual with a SIM card ejector tool. Fibre, as this is branded Vodafone, I don't Right. Okay, so the speaker is the worst speaker I've ever heard on a device. It sounds like it's the wrong way round, maybe. But in saying that, I suppose it's good for beeps and stuff like that, and most people are going to use their headphones anyway. Aren't they? Yes, they are. But for sitting in bed or something like that and wanting to watch a quick YouTube video, that's going to be offensive on your ears. We'll have a quick look at Cyberlink PhotoDirector. Cyberlink is one of those companies that, you know, I think they make pretty decent stuff, but people generally just go for it because it's a wee bit cheaper than maybe the bigger, better Adobe products or something like that, or one of the Sony suites. So we're going to edit one of our pictures, one of the ones we've recently taken. We'll go for the one of the Aston Martin. Looking at those pictures of the HDR pictures, they look quite awful. So select to save and share, press to compare photo with the original, undo, redo, and select to use features. Okay, so we have blur tools, portrait, install, instafill, pen tools, text tools, stickers, and that kind of stuff. It's a fairly decent addition, really. And I don't know if it's paid. And you can upgrade to the full version. So there's a demo, 30-day money-back guarantee. I wonder how long we have full access to all of these features. UCam Perfect. It's obviously a phone app. New effects are here. Add new mosaic feature. Okay, so this is for the front-facing camera. We'll take a nice little picture. Oh, new version available. We take a picture. Very fuzzy and softly focused, however I do have a large white source behind me. See if we can auto-tone. Make myself look as beautiful as Kim Kardashian or some such. Kylie Jenner. Right, so there's all kinds of filters along here for your food, for your face, for hot air balloons, and whatever you happen to be taking pictures of. The front-facing camera isn't that bad, but we'll get into this. We'll do a full review and hopefully have it up on the site in the next couple of weeks. I don't think this is as bad as people are making it out to be, because 90 quid isn't terrible, and you're getting quite a lot of technology for it. I would be looking for something like this with the storage, the large screen, and the fairly decent battery, but maybe not a lot of people will be. This is a good media tablet so far, and whilst certainly the camera and things like that maybe let it down, who buys a tablet for the camera, really? The speaker is a problem, absolutely, I'll grant you that. That's easily remedied. So we'll get the review up in the next week or so. Hit the subscribe button down below, turn on any notifications that you might fancy. Ask me any questions about it in the comments below. Give us a wee like, and take care.